Well, equality in Singapore. Let's first start with equality before the law. Well, according to the Article 12 of the Constitution of Singapore, everyone is equal before the law and deserves equal protection by law. Even though this article states that people cannot be classified into religion, race, and descent, it does not invalidate or prohibit any provision regulating personal law. So, what is personal law? Personal law is the law governing a person's family matters. This means that, for instance, determined laws do not apply for example, Muslims if it goes against their religion. Also, Jewish prisoners can be exempt from working on Saturdays and may leave the prison in certain festival days. Muslim prisoners may fast during Ramadan and have their work reduced during this period. So, how is equality maintained in Singapore? Well, the Singaporean government tries hard to keep the country's equality through law and order. Since Singapore's social freedom is not so strong, the government uses laws and order to keep racial and gender equality in the country. The Singapore's government usually mentions the Singaporean economic miracle that won admiration from the rest of the world, and also the racial and religious harmony miracle Singapore has achieved. Racial issues have been commonly regarded as sensitive issues in Singapore. Thus, Singaporeans do not discuss about it publicly. In recent years, there had been high-profile arrests on bloggers who carried out their racial slurs beyond the line. We can say that racial inequality does not exist in Singapore. Singapore believes in harmony more than equality. Also, there are many programs to support the minorities in Singapore, mainly the Singaporean natives. Thus, people can have more equal opportunities. Speaking of opportunities, let's talk a little bit about equality of opportunity versus equality of outcome. Well, in recent times, the Singaporean government has intensified attempts to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor in Singapore by ensuring that both groups have minor differences in their standard of living. Such activities include giving case vouchers to the lower income groups so that they can buy their supplements and various other programs supported by the National Productivity Fund. Nowadays, even though Singapore is a democratic socialism, the equality of outcome exceeds the equality of opportunity. But the government is working hard to equalize the opportunities for all. In Singapore's constitution, it is stated that it shall be the responsibility of the government constantly to care for the interests of the racial and religious minorities in Singapore. The minority that receives most attention from the Singaporean government are the natives, the Malays. These people are, with the help of the government, progressing, and more have joined the middle class with university degrees and professional qualifications. Thus, the government keeps working to give the same opportunities to its people. Now, how does Singapore deal with freedom from want? Well, even though Singapore is not a completely equal country, however, it's really equal compared to other countries, the government tries its best to give the same opportunities to its people and provide them with the basics: food, clothing, and housing. Therefore, freedom from want. Thus, when it comes to, again, freedom from want, Singapore has a quite high score. According to the 2013 most miserable countries in the world, Singapore occupies the 87th place out of a total of 90 countries. Japan is ranked 90 and Venezuela occupies the first place. In addition, Singapore has one of the best and least expensive public transport systems in the world. Singapore's healthcare system was ranked best in Asia and sixth best in the world by the World Health Organization in 2000. Singapore's starvation rate is of 0% per 100,000 people, and is ranked 187 out of 192 countries, having Monaco as the country with the least starvation rates and Haiti with the greatest. How is equality balanced with freedom in Singapore? Well, there is not much social freedom in Singapore, and the government relies on order to keep the equality in the country. The economic freedom that people have in Singapore makes it even easier to create a business and for its people to gain their own money, thus diminishing the misery in the country and widening the middle class. That is all for equality in Singapore. If you want to know more about Singapore, go to the next page of the blog and watch a little bit of the PowerPoints about order. Thank you.